actually personally expecting that Fnatic are going to be fairly dominant here on this going into this map, and I wouldn't really be able to explain why, except that I do feel like they have a lot of experience, and I'm going to kind of put it to the experience factor of the core versus NIP, because I think NIP are going to play similarly, quite passive, and I think that extra experience and confidence that Fnatic have right now, that's going to help them have the edges in the clutches, and that's where I think this game will go. I think it's going to go down to the clutches in that sense, and not be a huge strategical or tactical mismatch.
But speaking of tactics, quite a bit of utility on the Fnatic side. This is not something you see every day. 3 sets of nades for them, 2 Molotovs. Looks like this will set up for a B play of sorts, but I'm curious as to where that final smoke will go. Maybe something just for the post plan here, but the first flash will set things off, and Fnatic will take this top car control. But there are 3 NIP players at this site.
2 mollies and the God Flash, all they're hoped for anyway. As you can see, NIP are expectant with the positions they're currently holding. I feel like every pistol we've seen today has been wild one way or another. We've got a molly which hasn't quite gone to new box itself. It's gone around it though, and Orc's still in his position. Now they've got to wait for these T's to hop up. If you want to play that weird headshot position in the pool, and indeed NIP will get wiped out on the B bomb site for the most part. We've got Twist with a kit who's close by the coffins. Be a normal plant, and it's another failed opportunity for Ninjas in Pyjamas, who look like they're going 0-1 unless Rez has one of the rounds of his life.
Well, you can't put it past them. They're all fairly tagged up. Nice headshot to start things off. It's got to be clean. It's got to be quick and decisive from Rez as he makes his way further forwards, but it's all about the timing as well. And Broline will have his number on the timing this time around. Pretty flowers, pretty flowers.
Fnatic kind of messed up their Molotov towards that new box, and luckily for them, the NIP didn't take advantage of it and get a couple kills from that new box spot. Just a little off.
Yeah.
Or was it by design? I don't know. Probably not. You usually want to force that person out of that spot when you're attacking the bomb site. It just puts the new box guy in a really awkward spot.
Yeah, we've got that force from NIP, and the force bar is obviously good on the TT side, quite effective, but I would imagine that Fnatic will have some protocols to deal with this. They're starting off with defaults, 3 banana, 2 apartments, pretty classic stuff. We'll see likely them fall back towards top mid, and generally speaking, the wrapping up through arch, long, whatever you want to call it, is one of the effective ways to play these rounds out, because if you attack onto the B site, it can be really chaotic because of all the hidey holes, and they don't have many Molotovs, which would make that easier. So the way to defeat all of the positions on the A site most effectively is by taking arch control. But look at the stack from NIP. It feels like they know this is the case, and so they're stacking it because it's the most likely position that Fnatic will attack. And if they can stop Fnatic if they can get damage on them whilst they go up long, they might just well win the round. So we'll see what they can do here in IP with this awesome setup. Just 2 players actually though. You need to get a couple kills here at least. There's one from Klotsky. Is there a trade? Yes, just about from Rez. And now he's just chipping. I don't know how he can survive this. In fact, Crimson's going to get out of there because he had no support from Porch side. So he can't hang out anymore. And they're going to try to move towards that B-bomb side there. And there's a couple players who are hanging out. And that is so smart from Fnatic to have those 2 players there. That's so smart.
If Brawler didn't have a MP5, he probably gotten the kill. Don't know why he'd buy that. Mac 10's nice. It's great. It's cheap. It looks cool. Feels good.
I gotta say, this was really a beautiful round from Fnatic. Like, they were really making it look like it was going to be an arch play, and even though they didn't get the best out of the trades, they had so much strength going into B with the bomb that it's just so perfect. NIP really think that it was going to be an A hit, I think, in this round. Fnatic looking pretty disciplined right now, I have to say. Looking quite tight. Well,
let's see how their anti-eco is shaping up, because there is not much for NIP to do in this round. Not too much at all. Waiting for the next one, really. They've got one flash, though, so I would imagine we might see some kind of stack from them. Plopsky with the MP5, which is statistically worse than the MP7. The only advantage really is the lack of traces. Well, Rez has got off to a good start. Always good for a Desert Eagle shot. Melly's going to force him all the way back. Now, the Plopsky is close. Gun goes flying in the air. So one of the main threats has been disposed of. There are still, however, 2 Desert Eagles on deck.
Ooh, JW seems to be aware of some potential for a flank here. I don't think he spotted Twist out, so that flank will actually come in very soon. It's just a matter of how long NIP can stay alive on this bomb site, and Rez actually able to find one, looking for more. Brawlin does take him down. Now Nock can't overexpose himself because this flank has come into play. Twist comes out, and oh wow, that was so sketchy for Fnatic there. Nice headshots coming out from the NIP players, making that one real close.
Real close and real expensive. Now a couple members from Fnatic will have to rebuy. But luckily for Fnatic, they have a bunch of money to play with. Except for Crims. Flush and JW, they're a little broke.
First gun round here, though, and the ops have come out already for Twist and JW. Sometimes in Inferno you'll see an op for one side taking a little bit longer, but JW has been pretty explosive with this gun at CS Summit thus far, and we love to see him on it. Feels like this guy can create out of thin air.
Not easy to do T-side Inferno before the bomb's gone down. But if anyone's going to do it, it's probably going to be the wild man. Evil Knievel of Counter-Strike. Well, very early on, top mid's been taken by Fnatic. This may force a lot of utility away from the hands of NIP. You can see the balcony burst is en route. Ampus has a good chance of seeing the flashbang come in. Indeed he does, but he'll eat it anyway. At the back of the site, he makes a run distraction. He can start to go wide. He'll take out Brolan. But Twist and Rez are going to fall at the same time. That's a beautiful shot to JW, taken out on that short position. And the rest are dealt with clinically by Ninjas in Pyjamas.
It seems interesting because Fnatic struggle when they have to do these set pieces into the site, and when NIP play really passively. But the problem is there as well is that NIP don't have info. So, what do you think is, let's say, this is the case and Fnatic are able to get loads of map control and NIP never get info. What is the best way to exploit that for Fnatic that we would want to see?
I would say an extra smoke maybe towards on the balcony, so the people in the bomb site can't see them, and so maybe they can focus more on the pit kind of area, because it looks like when they ran out halls they had to look site and pit technically. Even though they had some flashes, it's still very risky in terms of just trying to force your way into that small little choke point out of the halls.
You could also opt for contact explosions off of JW's op at B especially, because frequently the positions that don't play at B will be vulnerable to some kind of contact peak, whether it's coffins, for example. As soon as you spot that guy, just flood in with God Flash and all the rifles, or the guy jiggle peeking CT, that's an easy one to clear too, or if they're playing boosted new box, that's great for the op to clear. There's so many spots at B that are actually very vulnerable to contact plays.
I guess the third option that I could think of that would make sense is B splits potentially, because it's a lot of A pressure that could draw a rotation that's you can really exploit on a B split.
Yeah, with full map control, that is a very strong play too.
I think I saw Twist standing on the sofa in the library, which I will push on in a second, because we've got Flusher trying to do as much damage as possible. 20 seconds left. So an old Inferno, before the crouch peek nerf came in with the AWP, it was a lot more relevant, where people would stand on the sofa just to elevate. So if somebody tried to crouch peek them and shot, let's say at chest height, they would shoot them in the leg instead of the head. But with the crouch peek nerf and so on, and generally people playing on the corner of the site rather than library, it's kind of fallen out of favor, but you still see it from time to time.
And if there is an adaptation to be made, we might not see it in this round, because in terms of like full gun rounds, because the money's kind of weird for Fnatic actually. They may opt to half buy here actually, and maybe just run something like some quick B play, or I mean that probably makes more sense than the fast A timing. The fast A timings work if you think that the CT side is putting 3 players on B every so often, but NIP haven't really been representing that.
Oh, they force. The money was weird, but
Ooh.
Flusha will just try to make it work with a P250.
If he's going to have P250, he's probably going to try to take control of Banana. Because he bought so much utility. Trying to at least make the illusion that they're going to be taking it. And this does force NIP to kind of fall back a little bit, play a little more passive.
I think it's a good call from NIP to actually have 3 on B this round, kind of for the reason that I stated, where it's like, from what has happened so far in this match, it's most likely that Fnatic will be thinking about a fast B pop as opposed to any fast A timings. So put 3 on B.
That was such a weird peek by Flusha. He had teammates behind him, and they threw a pop flash like 5 seconds after he died. He just waited just a little bit longer.
Crims, though, on that boost, is able to take down Knock, and Plopsky, trying to play off of his teammate's smoke, will fall back into the site. Fnatic are really pressuring this bomb site now, and it's really going to be up to him to try to find something, but we'll get a second kill actually from Plopsky. That's massive, and NIP now have a great opportunity here to retake the bomb site. Crim's hand is forced as he has to try to get some more map control, but he takes down Rez as that all goes down.
Ampus needs to slow down just a little bit. His teammate's not even close to be helping him out, but the Banana Crims does get him spotted. Ampus does kill JW in the site. Crims takes out Twist, and now it's a 1-1. Crims is low HP, picks up the AWP. And the Ninja Defuse.
I feel like they sent Flusha out first to try to make it seem like they're on pistol still, actually. Because you could see how close Twist and Plopsky were playing on that smoke, despite I mean, I think they
were spraying with the Galil though, behind the smoke.
Yeah.
And they threw nades early in Banana, like a Molotov. I think Flusha threw a Molotov early. I just think he just went too early.
I feel like I just don't see Flusha make mistakes. I
I
have to give him the benefit of the doubt every time.
It's hard because he's such a good player, but you know everyone's still human. You know they still make mistakes, even Flusha. Otherwise, Fnatic would be winning every single tournament if he was perfect.
You got a double short play from Ninjas in Pyjamas with presence in Boiler from Twist with the AWP in outrageous position. Broland's creeping up the middle area. We'll see how that works out. That's a lovely shot from Norkin. The bait set up with Plopsky on the side. He'll clean up Golden. And it gets even worse for Fnatic. Deleted across the map. Crim's left alone in the apartments. And a 1 versus 5 versus almost a 500 HP Ninjas in Pyjamas.
Yeah, they're just getting picked apart here, aren't they?
Yeah, maybe Fnatic needs to be a little more basic in terms of taking over that Banana with more. Again, we see a couple rounds in a row where the Oppers are picking apart Fnatic, and a simple pop flash would push back the CTs from holding those angles. But I wonder if Fnatic maybe wants them there so they can get the kills easier. But the idea is it's not working, so maybe got to change it a little bit.
Yeah, it's the thing as well as about this map is that you have to be able to work Banana. Like, it can't be the case that NIP can just always win Banana and then you start giving up on it. Like, giving up on it is never the answer, because then you're just playing from a pretty big disadvantage all the time. And so, like, I'm hoping that Fnatic will figure it out. Because I've seen it be the case where like some teams are really well prepared with how they take Banana control and they have all the responses, and you see the other team trying to deal with it, and then there's a point where they realize we actually don't, like, in this match right now, we can't make the adjustments we need to fix this, and they have to give up on it, and it's really grim after that point usually.
Yeah, and NIP, they have a double ops setup going on right now, so Fnatic should know that there's 2 ops on the CT side. And on this map, it's really, really difficult to retake any bomb site with 2 ops. So maybe, as I was saying, Fnatic being a little more basic, maybe just kind of push back B and then, you know, just explode on the bomb site with like smokes and flashes and try to overwhelm that Opera is trying to out-angle them in such tight corners and B.
NIP opted to play really passive this round. They know that Fnatic have very little to work with, so they're going to force them to try to get into a site. And there's definitely multiple approaches from NIP's perspective. They could have been really aggressive. Some teams like to do that because you can take position so aggressively against pistols. But you can also do it this way as well. But that said, look how they're closing the distance by using the smoker. They're actually running into CT, some of them. That could be problematic, but it looks like NIP will adjust pretty well. Grimm's looking for that deagle kill. That would be pretty huge if he could get at least one kill. Ooh, not quite. NIP defend, and they're looking fairly comfortable right now.
In a weird way, I actually expected him to use that smoke in that fashion, just to take the longer range angle away and try to swarm with someone CT and maybe use the variant to plant on the bomb site. So that was pretty cool. Even though it failed, try to cause as much anarchy as possible. It's always got to be the goal in a round such as that, but it's nice to see them back on the buy round now. 2 rounds behind their opponent. JW on AWP once again. And once more, I think it really is hard to have such impact before the bomb is planted on the T side. AWP, there's a lot of junk being thrown towards Banana, and Golden could be in trouble here. The CTs are taking a lot of damage. Plopsky's got nowhere to go. He will exchange fire with fire though, but Golden somehow still alive. Now he's dead.
That's a good start.
Yeah, that's a really good start. Able to take top banana control. They've got Brolan in Boiler Room, so they're ready to go top mid as well. So they're on a pretty good pace in terms of the default. Happer's taking some additional damage there, actually, as he will fall... Actually, no, he's at the back of the B-bomb side, so he must have been sprayed a little bit by Flusher through the smoke. And Fnatic are going to abandon Banana. But as far as NIP are concerned, it's pretty hard for them to know what's going on without making an info play. And you can't really afford to do it necessarily in these positions. Twist will go down as Rodan reveals his intentions. And Nork is in a decent position, but he can't really stop the bomb from going down. So Fnatic are in a good stead. But Fnatic don't have any post-plant utility, so that does offer a chance here for NIP on the retake.
See Rez creeping up that mid area. Nork's already got an off angle long. He must be careful though, because JW is waiting. He's holding just a few pixels. A deep molly, but he will peek before people have to reposition. Hamper's trying to charge out, and this retake has failed. Rez looking for the clutch, but JW will deny him. And again, such a savage with AWP, especially after the plants. That's when you do the real damage on the T side.
And that's all change. Fnatic started putting a bit more utility towards that banana, pushing them back, and you saw Golden pick off one of the ninjas in pajamas in banana. I think it was... Who was it that's caught out?
Ninjas in bananas.
It sounds kind of cool. I like it.
Well, big brawl towards Banana once again. The nades are doing so much damage, and oh, Golden backs up into a double molly, actually, and Rez takes him down. That's a nice way to find an opening pick on the side of NIP. Rez has been tagged rather low, but his molly was able to find the first kill. Now, Fnatic, they are posturing towards A here, and NIP are in a pretty solid setup. They have a player in Moto, Sight, and Pit. That is generally the crossfire you're looking for, but Brawlin takes down that Moto player. It's such a pivotal position too, because now the wrap can really come into effect. And NIP, they're gambling it all. They're really stacking this side of the map. But how much will Plopsky and Nock commit? Oh, they just get past them.
That's crazy.
So now it's just 2 players on the site, and they have to do it all. Twist gets no-scoped in the bomb site by JW. Nock was trying to recover the situation, but was not able to connect. And Fnatic just splitting that bomb site from every possible angle.
That was just on the nice edge.
Can we just appreciate how hard Golden's job is on Banana? Because he is just literally like he's playing Doom on Nightmare mode, just lava and flames everywhere. Just getting absolutely wrecked, man.
Yeah, he's like playing a platform game, and he has to dodge all the bad guys and yeah, like you're saying, the lava. It's a tough game, and your movement has to really be on point.
Yeah, and you can barely see where you're going.
Yeah.
Because all the fire, flashbangs, and smoke is just like mad variance to be had.
Oh.
Well, Fnatic have done enough to put NIP on pistols. Twist has the taser. Saw Nork trying to get his tase game on in the previous map to no avail, but now it's Twist's turn.
Flame.
Yeah, a lot of presence on top mid now. Fnatic. LIP don't really have anything to work with. No nades, nothing really. Okay, sure, there's a taser.
All they need
And
is their
a
heart.
deagle. But should be pretty easy for Fnatic here to claim this 6th round. Feels like we're going to get another overtime game, to be honest. Good transfer from Golden. Takes down some of the echoing NIP players round long.
Oh. Twist just trying to air strafe out of the apartments with the Zeus.
Yeah. Get your anger out.
Fully flew. Be nice, flew.
That's a nice round for Fnatic though. They build a lot of economy off of it. They don't lose any players, and they've set themselves up pretty nicely for the rest of this half. Actually, they can buy for the next couple of rounds, especially if they get a couple bomb plants in place. And on the NIP side, they're not working with the best buy. A couple FAMASes. There is the op on Twist, so really have to want to see him get involved to improve NIP's chances here.
More attrition. This time it's Flusher's turn, but he's ready for it. He'll snap Plopsky, but is he looking behind the sandbags? Does Nork have the trigger discipline? He's going to take them out immediately. It will be 2, and that is quite the response. He holds on to Banana as well. Still 2 smokes down, and nobody else. Not that he knows that. He'll fall back, and you can see NIP have got 3 players on short, so things are about to get even more weird.
Oh, I did not check that spot. We can talk about that later.
We love it when things get weird. And Crimson JW, they have a lot of time. They've got a minute to go on this one. And this poor setup, though, it is an interesting one. Oh, it's going to be tough. The AWP in that position so good for dealing with the boiler players. There's just nothing to be done. 6-6, and again, it's just like these teams are so close to one another. It just doesn't. It's a very strange match. I feel like we've passed a lot of games over the last 7 days, and it feels like every single match we can point to something strategically or a specific thing tactically that a team needs to do or is losing value on, or an adjustment they need to make, but it doesn't really feel like that is applicable in this game.
These teams are so well matched up in the macro.
Yeah,
it's just in the micro, it feels like Fnatic has a very, very slim edge.
Yeah.
And that's how they were able to claim overpass. And all right, well, here's a big macro play.
Chaos.
NIP just flying down middle right now, and they're able to pick up a couple kills. And it goes 2 for 2.
So 3v3 usually favor Fnatic in these positions, on the T side especially. So we'll see what they can do with it. Plopsky, this smoke is so important. Holding on onto this position is extremely important. Fnatic with this much time left, all they want to do is push him back. They just want to create a spot where NIP are devoid of information. However, that deep smoke does suggest that NIP could be behind it somewhere in middle, which means that they could be in second mid. They could already be towards T-spawn. Like, they can really be so many positions, and that causes a lot of issues for Fnatic if they want to double back. And right now, NIP have all the information, and this is a problem for Fnatic. They have to make a decision. Do they try to clear out some space, find the flank? Oh no! You gotta hit those.
He's done a bottle.
You gotta hit those.
He has contained them, though. That smoke stops them rotating. They have to go for speed. They know that there's going to be another rotation if they're not there already. So it is the go command. They've got to go as fast as they can. Nork is in position now, and that means that his teammate can move up, although Hampus is maybe expecting one person to be on Banana, rotating to join his teammate. Now, if they can hide that information, that would be crucial. Fnatic taking angles, so this may not be so obvious for them. Prim's focusing on CT, actually going to get deleted immediately. Now, does he see 2 on a def cam, or does Flusher expect 1 to still be coming from Banana? Now, if they don't think they've revealed that information in IP, nor can peek solo, and then Hampus can wait a second and peek and finish off the job, which may have been what happened there.
Yeah.
And it will be 7-6 with only one surviving of 10.
I think 2 big mistakes in the last 2 rounds from Team Fnatic. That round specifically is Crims in that 2-on-2. I really wish he just played a little bit more with Flusha, because Flusha was just in such a terrible spot in that 1-on-2 situation, and he needs to really kind of play off him or have, you know, bait for the Flusha. I guess the round before is that they didn't check that sandbag spot after clearing banana. It's like, how do you not check it? It's unfortunate, but...
Ooh, NIP just barely edging out Fnatic in that one. Still a gun round for both of these teams. Thankfully, Fnatic have secured a lot of money for themselves in the prior rounds to this. So this may be a pretty important round to decide who comes out the victor of the half.
What's interesting here is that NIP are kind of... that it feels like they were expecting top mid, because like that's part of the default to come out pretty quickly, because Nork went over and just left Plopsky super passive on the B side by himself. But they changed their minds and he's sort of running back, so he's back on B now. So NIP have very little information. They have top mid control more or less, so you'd want to see Fnatic pressure that away, but a quick dive through these smokes from Golden is certainly going to make things really weird here. Crims finds a kill as well in the chaos towards this the A bomb site. So this is true Fnatic style. Hit everything at once. Golden picks up a kill as well. NIP left to wonder what the hell is actually happening. We're getting hit from every single site.
Oh. Wow. Rez.
Now that is an angle from Rez.
Yeah, just barely getting an edge on that smoke, and he's able to capitalize because of it. 2-on-2 situation. There's still a flash in play for Nock. He could use this to enable the push, or they might just swing dry into it. Brawlin, tucked into the bomb site, will be supported by Flusha, likely to be playing off of Brawlin's contact. But Flusha, he wants to take a little bit of an edge. Finds that kill, but does not know where Nock is. Okay, he's heard him at this point. Now he can just play the bomb. He knows that Nock is likely off the position at this point. Oh, but Nock finds the angle!
It's clean!
Oh my god. Flusha was just about to jump across as well. So he got the knife out and he's looking into the wall trying to obscure his position. Well, that is quite something, isn't it?
Well, now you know
That's what happens,
angle.
man, when you eat too much and it goes to your ass. You're going to get in the apartment.
He looking thick.
That wasn't even a wallbang. That wasn't even like...
Probably saw his like elbow or his back or something
Like
like that.
pixel of him. Such a tight angle. Oh. And even turns in to try to... Oh, it's got to be his elbow. Yeah, right there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Good
I didn't
call,
even
right?
realize that that was a thing. That's kind of insane.
Well, usually people don't just hide right there in a one-on-one.
Yeah, you get a bit
They're
further
usually
back.
on the left side of the wall, because that spot, obviously, they can get spammed. It's not common, but it's possible.
Damn. God damn. Anyways, Fnatic trailing 2 rounds. And if this series is like it has been so far, across map 1 and up until this point, you would expect Fnatic would win this round. That's kind of how it goes so far. So they've only got 4 nades, so we'll see how exactly they would go about winning this round. But Golden's going to make a quick dash up towards the long position, and he's going to get flashed through. He is going to try to finish off this frag. He is really looking for this, and he's going to move forward. Oh my god, the timing is absolutely crazy. Golden, he's going to find his way behind the smoke, and he'll pick off one. That's such a sick kill to get. Someone had to do something crazy. It was Golden. Now they just rush into the B site, and they have full control. Looking for the post bomb, and then Jado pushes the smoke into CT.
No.
This is mad.
Oh my goodness.
Inspired by his teammate. You know, JW normally flies the flag of the Fnatic style, but Golden's definitely absorbed it in his time on the team. 3-on-3 now, and they've got some really strong angles here in this post plant Fnatic. See the CTs trying to make their way in. Brolan, little labours, he gets there. Twist now in a very awkward spot, and Flusha will take him out of the game. Hampus now pretty damn tagged. Will there be a peek before that smoke goes off? There will be, and the score, of course, is close at half time.
And we'll have to figure out who is going to take this one after the break. I have no idea. See you soon. We're back! NIP and Fnatic. It's hard to separate these two teams right now as they go neck and neck. They continue to go neck and neck as we go into the pistol round for the second half of the second map of this epic series between these two excellent Swedish teams. Brolin will kick things off with the first headshots, and Fnatic taking the lead here. NIP have to slow things down a little bit as they try to somehow remove these Fnatic defenders from these positions. That they can't quite get the bomb here. It's a kind of a weird stalemate, weird standoff happening right now. Pistols at dawn, and looks like finally it will be broken. The silence will be broken, and Fnatic still in the lead here.
Uh-oh. Bomb's down, though.
Yeah, it's in the middle of the open. They'll have to try to retrieve this. Plonsky or Knock will have a difficult time doing that without any utility, leaving just Knock. He has to hit 3 headshots, and he won't be able to do that. That felt like a Wild West stalemate, just like... and then, yeah, and Brolin just holds his ground the entire time. Sapphire switching off with Prius.
Welcome back. Get him out of here.
Wait, let me...
I mean, he's all right.
What the heck? Where's Prius?
Where's DJ? I'm sure he says somewhere. Maybe he's at the water cooler again.
Yeah,
he's gossiping at the water cooler.
Trying to steal all the Uncrustables.
He says Kelly in mind.
Yeah, but that's a good start for Fnatic here. They even up the scoreline, as seems to be the case. Just these teams are so back and forth. Maybe Fnatic can build some type of lead, though, and build that economy as well. They have quite a few SMGs. Brolin with the only rifle on that FAMAS. But he makes that gun look pretty good at times.
Some nades thrown down towards Banana. So Fnatic have that control of that. We'll see if they rotate a fourth person towards the A bomb site. JW creeping around a smoke. There's a big gap in it. Hey, if you open a door, he will walk through it. Big fan of doors, JW. And indeed, Golden will make his way towards the B bomb site. Now, Flush has only got a flashbang. The only other smoker is Brolin, who's playing inside the A bomb site. So there is a chance for NIP to re-aggress towards B. They have a lot of utility on these 4 players.
They run into a trap here. 4 players of Fnatic has just swarmed around middle. Oh no, someone's rotating from Fnatic at the wrong time. But NIP not going too quickly just yet.
Not bad, not bad. Able to get a kill onto JW at least, get that economic damage in there. And they'll keep pushing forwards onto the site, but they are moving into the crossfires, and there's really only one result when that happens. So Fnatic take the lead, 9-8, and this is always a very interesting situation when you get to carry on those SMGs on the CT side of Inferno, because it feels like there's this point of the match where if everything goes right for Fnatic in the next round or 2, they get to build a really huge amount of money. And given that NIP don't have anything to really, stop this SMG buy right now, Fnatic are in a good position.
Well, this is a sucky buy for Ninjas and Pyjamas. So I think what's good in a relatively dry round like this is like, what are the goals? Because every round should have goals regardless of how bad the situation is. And I think like if they've got 2 kills out of this round, that would be amazing. 1 kill, probably a minimum target you'd go for. Bomb plant is unlikely. I think if you plant the bomb, you might have a chance of winning the whole round. In some instances, at least. Run away. No armor. Those HEs can be devastating. HE can, by the way, do 101 damage in 2 hits if it hits you and then explodes. So they are very, very dangerous. Fnatic practicing some area control for now. But again, we'll see if NIP can at least get 1 kill from this round.
Yeah, I think the goal is just try to buy time, maybe talk a little bit, maybe get some kill. Oh, not kill on Crib because he's going to run away. But you want to waste the nades of the CT. Make it expensive, even if they win the round.
And just Nork left. He's got the Deagle though. Might be able to find something here. And to the crossfire he goes. So Fnatic do survive with 4 players, and JW rescues an MP9, and JW himself was only on a USP, so JW is really saving Pretty hardcore there, as are the rest of the team. Between 5 and 6k every player. 4 buy for NIP. But, as mentioned, you can keep the SMGs in this round, and you can do a lot of crazy shenanigans. So, if NIP do somehow find success, pick up AKs, NIP will actually be in a terrible position.
NIP don't necessarily play a style that would usually run into it. So, I feel like they'll be a little bit more passive and not just let the SMGs run at them. And it seems that they'll wait out the utility. Very disciplined approach at Banana there from NIP, but oh, they ate a nade late into that take. Plopsky's down to 14 HP here. Fnatic are doing a great job with this light buy to make it so difficult for NIP to get space. Now Golden goes down, clears out the logs. Angle is able to find his first kill on a res, looking for more. It does so much damage still. Finally is taken down. But Hampus and Plopsky are in the red.
He almost escaped from that situation. That really would have been outrageous. Crims is on the way. They started with 4, and there's almost third and fourth going back. They've lost Flusher as well now towards that B bomb site now. Do NIP feel like they're against the time? They have to make a play before the rotation comes in, because as we can see, the meat of Fnatic are on the B bomb sites already, just leaving one player towards that A bomb site. They don't have a lot to fight with though. They've got flashes and they've got a smoke as well. Brolan could go put a really late smoke up at this point with 35 seconds on the clock. Maybe he doesn't put a smoke up to stop the rotation. There's the smoke up on a new box now, trying to stay alive, playing for the plant. Brolan's still alive. They're lining up for Crims. Can't get 2v2, but it's Brolan alone on the site. He's got that smoke to help him for the time being. They can't really pull until he's been taken out. He's got to be careful about his bullets as well. This is really awkward for both squads. 13 seconds, and the cavalry's on the way. JW coming up Banana. They still can't plant the bomb. Another typically outrageous round for Fnatic. 6 seconds, and now Brolan's done his job. He's been alive this entire time.
Wow.
Hiding in plain sight. Wins the round of a frag as well. Absolutely ridiculous.
That was such a good setup from Fnatic, especially by Rollin, by staying alive so long in that new box area. I would have felt like Nock had a position to get the kill, but he decides to spam the smoke instead of maybe pushing up and getting the pretty much, I wouldn't say guaranteed kill, but Brawlin was definitely not in a great spot when the T's are kind of surrounding him.
That is absolutely ridiculous. And that feels like those moments are the tipping points in a game that is so evenly matched. When one player can just have some huge impact in a round such as that. I think Golden started things off nicely, but Brawlin was there to close it. That was honestly ridiculous how long he was able to stay alive.
Man, I feel like we've seen so many rough rounds in this half already. And this is another one. The hero rifle with a bunch of pistols creeping up now. They just run through the smoke. And we've seen that kind of play already in this series, and they're not going to get too much out of it just yet. They'll eventually get the trades, but at what cost? It's only 2 players surviving, although the investment wasn't great. Now that bomb plant's fantastic. He got 2 kills. Many check boxes have been checked, but there are many more to check as well. 3 players to kill, a round to win. Hawk goes into a common position. There are flashes here for 2 of the 3 players, but JW's been taken down early. He avoids a flashbang north, and he punishes a jumping player. Crim's taken out as well. The score remains close. A very expensive round for Fnatic.
That's a great steal from NIP there. They didn't even invest fully into that. A few of the players still had $1,000 or more left in the tank, and really helps their economy out, hurts Fnatic's a lot, and this can be a pivotal round and a half because of it. You can see the money on both teams is not looking too hot. The richest player in the server right now is Nock at 2.3k, so really whoever takes this has a great chance moving forward to string some rounds together.
Oh, my goodness.
See NIP staying back. NIP trying to avoid all that utility damage, but they'll still eat some of it. And it's good to be erratic with your grenades sometimes on Banana. The less predictable you can be, the more to your advantage it can play. There is a big focus, both these teams. I mean, NIP, they need to have control of Banana just to keep the CTs honest with how many people are on both sides. If they're trying to make plays A with 4A, it's going to be a problem. can see there's currently a double long play for Fnatic, although they've had nothing to do towards A just yet. In fact, they will rotate the third man towards B.
Surprise play coming out from NIP. They tried to smoke the Molotov and run through, but it backfires as Golden is there waiting for them. Played up so close, they just did not expect that. Good cancel call, though, from NIP, just not forcing the issue in that circumstance. And now, NIP, they'll challenge Crims here. Oh, that's a great smoke, actually, to push him off the angle. And it only leaves Brawlin in the bomb site. Fnatic has rotated nicely to cover that.
Klopsky still on Banana with the smoke. He's been slinking away this entire time. Nork has been taken out deep in that short position. Dancing around a smokestack twist. How does he win that duel? I don't know how. I have no idea. The NIP players are really tagged and they're low on time as well. JW stuck around double stack. The 1-for-1 trades are not going to favor Fnatic. And now it's Golden alone, moving in from the bottom of Banana against 3 players, 2 heavily tagged. And money, it has disappeared. It's dissipated. It's dissolved for Fnatic in an acid bath, along with 4 of the 5 players.
That's
Carrying
gruesome.
a kit is Golden. We'll see what he chooses to do. Is he going to go for it? He's gone all the way from the bottom of mid. But it seems like he just wants to stand next to the rooster.
He's a chicken.
If I could block you, I would. I've got no buttons. I don't have a mixer. I must hear you. I have no choice.
That is life. You just can't block me. I'm always going to be near you. Forever.
That's ominous.
Even the afterlife,
That's
I'm going to
so
haunt you,
eerie.
James.
He's just hanging on.
I'll see you in hell, Eric.
Oh my god.
Oh, I love how predictable this game is in its unpredictability.
Yeah,
we know that it's going to be round for round, but it's hard to say which way around it's going to ever be. It's beautiful, but obviously Fnatic, one would imagine they won't find a way to win this round. They've got everything against them except that single M4 of Golden. And he just represented the position of the M4 at Banana. And now we've got Golden just holding on to this position whilst one of his teammates has rotated away. So maybe there's the assumption that the T's will play away from the M4. But these days, there's a lot of mind games with this, so they probably won't read into it too much. Oh, he didn't expect that. That is actually very bold. That's a lot of hang time, man. When you when you
It's
go
like
for
they're
that
trying to
jump.
cheat on a KZ map or something. Like, what are they doing? Absolute madness. Getting very carried away.
Somehow Flusher
That's
got the
caused
AK
the
out of
panic
there.
rotation.
Or the M4.
Yeah, they've abandoned the A site completely. They're just stacking B, and maybe they'll just go for the save with this M4 because well, I guess the other guys can play for exits, but you got to gamble in a round such as this. Won't be the right one, but here we are. They're inseparable, NIP and Fnatic. As far as the brands are concerned, the score will remain close. Now they've lost all position towards A. No one's really gone to see if anything's happening in Banana, rather. JW is at least looking for a flank. And with 25 seconds, Ninjas will plant on the A bomb site, unless they're G2.
Unless they're G2 or Navi.
The list is growing. Plant defuse. Who needs objectives?
Ninjas and Pyjamas are doing a good job of making Fnatic rotate towards B and playing passive B in general. I think if Fnatic wants to maybe have an edge on the CT side, they might have to do some mid-round, late-round banana takes just to make sure that Ninjas aren't just hiding their way to take B. I feel like they just kind of gave up banana, and then they just let NIP kind of roam the map. Kind of like what you have to do on T side, but NIP is doing a really good job in converging on these bomb sites with the map information that they got. So yeah, so I think Fnatic needs to do more late round banana takes, or at least maybe try to get info without dying, just to be sure.
Okay, MP9 challenge here down banana. One player's made to logs. Golden not anticipating that. Plopsky quite quick. And it's going to be difficult for Fnatic to recover, I feel, from this. A few bullets thrown through the smoke there down towards Plopsky's general direction, but he will stay safe behind the pillar. Crims has to fall back now as well. Oh no, they're both going to get caught here as they try to escape. I don't know how they both survived. How the hell are they alive on the A site right now? Brolan does pick off Reds. Finally, Crimson JW will go down on that side. And Brolan, the spray is extremely labored, but he dodges back under again and somehow finds Hampus, leaving it down to Twist. This makes absolutely no sense. It's going to be Twist on the clutch now, the 1v2 post-plant. He'll have time for the bomb to get planted, but now he has to try to find a way to isolate these players, and Brolan with the Master Stroke is going to get a better position to take down Twist. What on earth did we just witness from Brolan? That's an incredible quad kill.
That's chaos.
How does he maneuver throughout all of that and still manage to find the final kill of the round? That's insane.
He didn't lose any health. He's got 82 health.
Yeah.
How?
Just a little bit of chip damage, it looks like. It looked like he was dead to rights when that player was at Graveyard and he was right beneath him, but somehow he's able to recover, and that is massive for them. That looked like such a great call from NIP. Rarely do we see these kind of set plays, these pocket strats come out between these two teams, and that felt like it was one of the most opportune moments for NIP, but Brolan able to circumvent it all.
That's just such a god tier play, and I was just thinking to myself, well, I know Fnatic are going to win this round based on the trends of how the scores go, but I don't really see how it's possible. But there you go, Brolan with some ridiculousness. That angle he's holding there as well is super favorable when the other player's really close to the wall, especially.
You know, after watching Fnatic these past week, I gotta say, Brolan seems to be their most consistent person on the team. In most recent, he's been always top fragging, making impact kills, smart decisions, staying alive. It's kind of interesting.
And he's their best eco.
Well, here we go again.
That's true. The best
It all
eco.
starts again. Everybody with utility once more, and this time NIP will be making a faster play towards Banana. Fox can't go back, he must go forward, and he'll try. Nothing but flashbangs for him though, but here comes some more junk. But they've taken position at the very least, and it hasn't really cost him too much.
That gold in his forehead.
So NIP are supposed to win this round, but we'll see how that does or does not happen. With now this positional play towards top middle. And they have effectively locked out Fnatic for the time being from any info. So this is that classic default scenario now. So they get the opportunity to set up back towards B, as they have so B banana presence, or they go and double down towards top mids. The question though is that, you know, will Fnatic figure things out in time? Crimson's in a forward position. Normally, this timing. Oh, JW. Oh no. That's an unfortunate miss from him. Fnatic looking to try to hold here. The elevated position from Crims is not going to be good enough. JW trying to hit those shots through the smoke. Now Golden's on the scene, but he'll get taken down.
Oh, what? That repeat, because that's just rude. JW's got the bomb though, and he can try to buy some time to 180. Apparently he doesn't have any time. Brolan, though, the problem on the A bomb site is still alive. He's now been eliminated by Flusher, which leaves it down to Nork. And he's not going to make it there. So Fnatic pull away by 1 round. That was pretty crazy, as every round it feels like it has been. But Fnatic are getting dangerously close to a 2-0 now. We have to pay attention to this. They've got a 2-round buffer, and they are just 3 away. Now NIP are coming back in for a bye once more.
Huh, that's interesting. Twist had like 5K and decides to buy a Mac 10 in armor. I'm taking a page out of Flush's book.
Might see some kind of set play coming out, and it looks like it'll be a fast alt mid to mid. They just want to rush down these A players from Fnatic, but Crims is good for 1, looking for more. JW there to support him with the crossfire, but Crims with 3 huge frags.
So beautiful. 1 kill, moves away, allows his teammates to run distraction, comes back perfectly to just punish them for their insolence, for the brazenness to try and take the A bomb site. And again, look at the money's not great at all for Ninjas and Pyjamas, and so far they've cost next to nothing for Fnatic. I feel like the grenades they've thrown are basically wear and tear for a round. Beyond that, they have got nothing to show for this, and this is going to be a really crucial spot for them. 11-14.
Look at
Hampus has got to get something from this. He's got to find a kill at least.
Oh, smart. Faking the drop down. Do they fall for it though? It doesn't really look like they're moving at all. They didn't need to. Five of them are left alive, and Hampus is just really trying to catch someone overextending, but Fnatic are playing this in a very disciplined fashion. They know how hard this game is. They don't want to give a single advantage away. 14-11, Fnatic actually making serious inroads into this one now. As I don't know have we actually seen this big of a score discrepancy deficit so far?
It's been a very long time if there was. Maybe at the very beginning of Overpass, but yeah. I just wanted to point out how disciplined, which you mentioned, Dan, Fnatic played the end of that last round. Usually you would see one player move on forward. They knew that he was in the apartments, but you could still see that JW at that B bomb site just held his ground pretty much at the site itself. He didn't push down. He didn't try to get cheeky or anything. He knows that every death is actually so important, and if Hampus found any damage there, that really could have upset Fnatic, but keeping all 5 is such a big win for them, because now if they lose this one, it's not going to look too pretty for their money, but at least they'll have something to work with.
I think it's a really good point too, because the Fnatic of old, I think there's a lot of moments where they are the kind of team that would not necessarily, especially online, be always very disciplined. But they know that this matchup is extremely difficult, I think. Well, I'm going for an opening pick towards second mid. He's going to find it, and he's going to get out of there for only half of his health lost. That's a great trade.
Worth. JW won't outstay his welcome. Playing a little more safe now, as they don't want to lose such a big advantage. Third player still towards the B-bomb site, slowly slinking away, but if needed, Crim's actually considering staying by the well. Again, if there was a push into the B-bomb site, a pop flash from the well into pool, which still allows his teammates to peek, would be so strong.
Oh, what?
Oh no, that's not the response he was looking for.
Now they're going to try to rush into the bomb site here. NIP looking pretty good to scale in, and Flush is in a lot of trouble. He will get taken down for free. And it doesn't look like there's all that much that Fnatic can do to stop this at this point. Golden dying, that was like the linchpin. That was the... There's another word similar to linchpin that I can't think of. That
Keystone.
Made everything collapse. That's a different thing. Different thing. The floodgates? Something about the floodgates?
Yeah.
The floodgates were open after he died.
There you go.
Something like that.
There's luck, though. Like, they just spammed the smoke and blasted him right there. At least it looked like from his screen it was spammed through smoke.
Yeah, I think it was just barely dissipating, and Plopsky just probably saw a pixel moving. Something crazy like that. Good shot from Plopsky to open things up, though.
Or was it the nade? Did Golden toss a nade? And that's. I think he did.
Yeah, he flashed first.
Maybe they saw that trajectory over the smoke. Maybe he threw it too high or something. I don't know. That was an insane shot, regardless.
I think we've all one-tapped a guy at coffins through a smoke. It's based on having played Inferno again and again and again. Very satisfying when it happens.
Yeah.
Fnatic's money is at risk of being broken here, which means we may be in for a potential overtime. If they lose this round, we're talking 14-14. Unless they do something Fnatic-esque and just win anyway, which you always have to consider with them. Definitely an extra gear for the Fnatic squad. Well, let's see if NIP can achieve the goal in front of them. So far, so good. JW's been taken out towards Boiler.
Well, that sucks.
Fnatic will just leave Flush's op now at the B bomb site and try to solidify this A defense with 3 of the remaining rifle players here. There's actually decent utility as well for Fnatic, so they could really stop these players in their tracks. But it looks like NIP do want to challenge that solo op. I'm not sure if they've recognized that it exists just yet. But Flusha, will he be up to the task?
The patience, the focus, and the payoff. Res goes down, Incendiary dropped. That's a really good recovery from losing a player earlier on, but they need some more damage. But The issue is that they don't have any control towards that B site, so that bomb should go down. Pot shots there from Flusher. It's definitely going to be an issue. There's another smoke left on Twist. He just deployed it. Refresh that CT smoke. Now, Fnatic could save. That is on. They could decide to save. Because of the situation, as James mentioned, with the money, that would not be a bad call. The bomb is half-ticked. They have, well, looks like they want to go for it. There goes the incendiary to the back of the site. Twist there with the continuation spray. And there's the punish. Fnatic might just be able to do this. North there, though, is able to catch one player. It's up to him. One more to go. And there's the defuse. They're sticking it. Oh, no!
My goodness!
Did you think that he died? Oh, no. Brolan is able to steal it away, pick up the kill, keep the gun in the next round. And Fnatic scrape by. So damn close.
Oh. that was wild.
Unbelievable.
I thought the right call was to actually like save and play for the next round, but Fnatic makes it work with a brilliant defuse by Brawlin.
It seemed like he thought that he'd killed him.
Yeah.
I think, because it was like he killed 2 players, and I think that he didn't realize it was a...
He probably just looked at the kill feed and doesn't know where one of those came from.
Yeah.
Wow, I can't believe that. See if NIP are able to bounce back here, though. Plopsky finds a great opening pick. That'll help out a lot for the mental of these players now. Maybe NIP can reset the situation.
I guess they partly maybe went for it. Worst case scenario to buy something at 14-14, which maybe spurred them on a little bit. But man,
Yeah.
I think in a lot of cases they're losing everything there. But
Yeah, I
again,
agree.
That's the
I agree.
Fnatic factor coming in around early.
That's true. That's true. They ignore the odds. If they ignore the odds don't exist.
They make their own odds. They've got their own
Yeah.
science going on with Brolan just bending around bullets.
You get the tarot cards out at the beginning of every round.
NIP with 3 rounds to get. They've taken up Crims towards Banana. You can see the X flushes there alone. Not a grenade to show for all this madness. And Popsky's been taken out Crims smoke. Now this is maybe inviting some variance. They're starting to try and abuse these numbers, but Golden's doing a reasonable job of trying to stay alive. But now we've got a flurry of frags for NIP, and this is quite a tough one. They really don't have money this time, Fnatic. Flusher is close, but he may need to be gifted something. He could try and perhaps have a hero rifle or something in the next round. So I don't know if he'll really go for this.
I mean, it's great for Fnatic that they picked up that round, because at least they've secured that overtime. But they, as you said, they lost everything. And now in losing this round, it makes things a little bit interesting, as they will have to save next round. They can't have a loss bonus here, I don't think. Yeah,
They poor.
they're really poor. They got a full save. Crims has $1,500, and they're only going to get $1,900 more for losing this round.
I wouldn't even mind seeing a force buy here if I'm Fnatic.
That's a good point, yeah.
They aren't going to have too much of a better buy in the next round anyways.
Yeah.
So play around the M4 a little bit. You're probably not going to keep that M4 into the final round, and that's the best gun you're going to have to work with for the rest of this half. JW technically could buy an M4 and body armor in the next round, but all the same, you could also just have 2 force buys in a row. Fnatic, I think it's
a tough call.
They usually like those kinds of odds, though. I think they usually favor those kinds of things, as opposed to the MP9 and just kind of spread out utility, but...
Well, they could also save and maybe get some guns for the next round, which could be a viable thing to do. But it looks like that's not going to be the case.
Exit frag guns.
They want to go for it. They want to win. They want to end it now. Fnatic, they smell blood. They taste it. There's 1 round away. All they need is just a little bit. Headshot.
Okay, well, I like that we're seeing what you suggested, Alex, like the force buy for the remainder of this half to see if they can somehow clinch it. But it will certainly be quite a challenge. So we can try to put our focus on Flusher. So I think we just got some nades there on Banana. So, okay, Fnatic throw some nades on Banana, then they rotate everybody except one towards the A side of the map. So they're going to gamble a little bit here, and they'll just play the save game. If NIP decide to hit the B-bomb site, they'll try to save the Kevlar that they have and the weapons that they have, which is, I think, it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I'm glad they're not just playing the standard default at CT with this kind of buy. You gotta do something a little gambly, like stack A or something like that.
It seems fitting that this is going down once again to the wire.
You knew it.
These teams are so evenly matched. It's really exciting.
What's not even are the numbers on this B bomb site if NIP are to push, and it seems like they are. The HG Hamfist will take a lot of damage, and the spray to follow up from Flush Up.
No
He's alone on
way.
the B bomb site, and he's still alive. Twist taken out. He's buying time for rotation. He's holding possession of Ruins.
And an AK.
No one trying to punish the reload. Indeed, that's tough to be collected. So again, this is that Fnatic round I was talking about. What do they really have to lose from this? 5 versus 3 with smokes and flashes.
Oh god. Oh my god, the timing. No! How does he know?
He made a footstep!
How does he know?
Oh,
Oh, they swarm the site.
How
is it 5?
That's a wrap. Get out of here.
How?
How do they all live?
I love this team. I love this team. It's so exciting. It's so fun.
Fnatic is like the biggest X Factor team. There's like 500 different X Factors on this team at any given moment. It's just unbelievable. You're like, how do they win this round? How does that make any sense? How does JW find that perfect timing?
How does Flusha know the guy is coming through construction and turns around at the perfect time also?
And he even had to adjust his aim as well. That was insane. Okay, well, we have to break that game down, but first we'll take a quick breather. But in the break, we're going to be throwing it to a video. And you know what? We live in a time where there's all kinds of... Well, esports is changing as we know it. TAC FPS is getting really popular, but, you know, sometimes simple is better.
Seems like everyone these days are concerned about all the bells and whistles. Whoa. Slow down there, partner. Here's a place for the finer things in life, where the walls are sturdy, and when you get hit, it means something. And the only abilities we got are the ones that the big man upstairs gave us. Around these parts, we pull down and to the right, and it goes the same way, every time. Out here, we got 5v5 economy-based tactical bomb defusal gameplay, just like Mama used to make. CSGO is good old-fashioned shooting. But Mirage is bullshit.